Hi, my name is Lindy from Project Portfolio Office, and this video covers everything you need to know when it comes to users in PPO, and it's aimed at PPO administrators. So to start off with, in order for a resource to log into PPO, they would need a user account. So if you have added a resource under the resource main menu, that is basically step one, because the resource needs to exist in order for you to add a user account and link it to that specific resource. The first scenario that I want to use is a request that I've gotten to provide access to PPO for Tracy Murray. So the first step that you would do is just first check on your active resource list. Does Tracy exist as an active resource? If not, double check by removing your global filter and doing a search for that resource, because it could be that the resource has previously been made inactive. So if I just do a search in my control here, I can see Tracy does exist on my resource list, but her resource record is inactive. So here I would then just tick the active flag, make Tracy's resource record active, and that is basically step one. If Tracy didn't exist on the resource list, you would simply click on add, provide a name, surname, email address, and then just complete all of the required fields. For the Tracy example, I now know that she has an active resource record. The second step in order to provide Tracy with access to PPO is hovering over administration and selecting users. So here I have a list of 16 users on my list. If I just filter on active equals yes, you'll see that I now have 15 active users, meaning that there is one user account that is currently inactive. It could or could not be Tracy's, but if I have a look on this list, I can see that Tracy does not have an active user account. So I'm just going to switch my filtering to active equals no. So if you have to reactivate somebody's user account, you would do it by editing the existing record. Whether we add or edit user accounts, we generally use an email address for the username, because we know an email address is unique. Your user account will be linked to the resource record, and then here you can see she is linked to the project team members user group, and you'll simply click on active to reactivate and just submit. If we were to add a brand new user to PPO, and we also know they do not exist on our resource list, step one would be add the resource, name, surname, email address, complete the required fields. The second step would be going to your user list by hovering over administration, selecting users. I'm just going to go back to my list over here. I would simply click on add. The only information we need to provide is a username, which is generally an email address. Select the resource off of the list. Again, if it doesn't exist on this list, you need to add it under the resources main menu. And then you need to decide which user group you are going to place the user in. In this example, I would select the project manager's user group. And just to recap how the user group works, a user can only belong to one user group. And if I just go to administration and select user groups, if I click into the project manager's user group, this is where I decide what access the resource is going to have. So for the project manager's user group, as an example, they don't have access to this administration main menu. But if you look at the underlying entities, you'll see that as an example for benefits, they have the ability to add, delete, edit, and view. And then if we look at other entities like decisions, here we don't allow the delete access. So it basically says what this user can do when it comes to all of the entities. And on the right-hand side, we provide access to reports and dashboards, whether they have access or no access. I hope you found this valuable. Thanks for watching.